Hello everybody. Alright, so a couple of weeks ago, obviously I did a video about business rates bill that had been dropped off at the shop. So when I saw it, I had a brief bit of a panic and all the rest. So obviously I did the video, but then later on that day, it occurred to me. I suddenly thought to myself, I'm sure I've heard that small businesses don't have to pay business rates. So because I had this vague idea that it was something to do with how much rent a business pays. If it pays below a certain amount of rent, doesn't have to pay business rates. So I thought I've got to Google this because I've got a strong feeling it's a bill I don't have to pay. So a Google search proved, yeah, I don't have to pay it, because what it is, businesses that that have a rateable value below 12 grand, and they don't have to pay it. Of course, my little shop, it's below that limit, below the 12 grand rateable value. So quickly sent off an email to Dorset Council, late Tuesday night, that night, sort of saying, yeah, I don't have to pay it. So they sent me a form to fill in, which I did, sent back to them, and I think it was either yesterday or the day before, sort of got another bit of post through the letterbox from Dorset Council. It's basically sort of written confirmation that I'm not paying any business rates, which is quite nice confirmation. Hang on a minute, is that a customer coming in? So I thought that was a customer coming into a shop then, but no, it's just somebody going past the shop. But yeah, but here's the thing though. With regards business rates, I've never been told anything official by Dorset Council or anything like that with regards bills. And to a certain extent, this is all stuff I found out by myself. And I mean, when I did come into this unit, Swans Trust, who run it, this unit and all the other units, they did say in one meeting that there was a verbal thing about I'd be exempt from business rates. But if they hadn't have said that to me, and I hadn't remembered it, when this bill came in initially, I would have been none of the wiser to the fact that I don't have to pay it. So I suppose the point I'm getting at is this: I could have very easily been in a situation where I thought I genuinely believed I had to pay it, and I'd have been paying it. And if I had been paying it, I'd have been an extra. I think the monthly payments was going to be something like £300, which is a big amount of money for a small business. Especially a business at my stage. That's a. But yeah, so it kind of got me thinking. I wonder how many small businesses there are out there that, for whatever reason, they don't know that they're eligible for 100% rate relief on the business rates. And because they don't know, they've received a bill from their local council, business rates bill, and they've just automatically been paying it every month. And yeah. I mean, I do sort of wonder just how many people are sort of being left to their own devices to find the things out for themselves, and if they don't find it out, they're kind of suffering the financial consequences, for want of a better way of putting it. It's yeah. And of course, local councils and all the rest, they're not necessarily going to be going around telling people, "Oh, you don't have to pay this bill." Don't I mean, so the council, they do have a tendency to want to try and get as much money as possible. Yeah, and I suppose in economic climates like this, where money's a bit tight, I mean, to a certain extent, don't we all want to get as much money as we can to help pay the bills? You know, that's yeah. But there's an honest way of getting as much money as you can, and there's a somewhat dishonest and underhand way of getting as much money as you can. Not that I'm saying councils, like local councils, are doing anything dishonest, you know, but so I'm not saying that at all. But yeah, I mean, yeah, the councils do seem to be, they're not always the most forthcoming with helpful information, are they? They just, but I mean, this bill that I received a couple of weeks ago, I mean, it was just a computer generated thing. That's all it is. Yeah, untouched by human hands. You know, it's just a bill that's been generated by a computer and machinery's printed it out and chucked it in an envelope. And the only time it's touched human hands is when someone's just taken an envelope with stuff in it to a post box to be delivered. So yeah, like I said, there's no human interaction to say, well, actually, we don't need to send this bill out. Let's not send it out. So I think that's more the case than sort of government councils trying on sending out bills and hope people will pay it. So anyway, I'm start waffling a bit and possibly not expressing my thoughts in a coherent way. Spewing out sort of thoughts as they come. Yeah. But anyway, I'm waffling on a bit, and I think it's time for me to stop waffling and go and enjoy a cup of tea. So guys, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. And in the meantime, stay safe. Happy reading.